What's up, gamers? No need to praise my epic editing skills right there. Anyway, I downloaded Unity after 3 years or 4 years, I don't remember. Well, that was easy, way easier than what I remember. So Unity is this free game development software, and to develop games you need to know how to code. Thankfully I remember how to code from 4 years ago, at least I hope. So I wanna make a game like Karlson. You don't know what Karlson is?
Karlson is just a game I'm working on, which is currently the 20th most wishlisted game on Steam. We're trying to get to the #1 spot, so make sure you smash wishlist now, gamer!
There's also a demo version of Karlson on itch.io, and it has some very sick movement. I wanna replicate that movement specifically. And thankfully Dani has uploaded a free tutorial on his tutorial channel replicating that exact movement, so we're gonna follow that tutorial. And when I say follow, I mean... By the way, Dani has very awesome videos on his channel, you can check them out if you want to. And also, before getting into the video, this video is hugely inspired by DualWielded. He has very funny and awesome devlogs, you should check them out. Anyway, let's get into the video. You've probably heard Blender's name. It's a very popular software to create 3D models for games, so yeah, we can learn that. What's going on? There's like a billion buttons here. Finally, after trying to figure out what's going on, I've made something. By the way, I watched this awesome tutorial to learn how to use Blender. And when I say I watched this tutorial, I mean... Oh, I watched this tutorial. I also made some more trees and this rock. It looks okay. I had also made this very good looking island. It looks very good, but gameplay wise, it's way too low poly and you can't really play on it. And now you might be asking, what? Gameplay? What do you mean gameplay? You haven't built anything yet. So I put that stolen script into the game, did some minor adjustments, and connected the script to the player. And also when I was going through Dani's tutorial channel, I found this awesome tutorial of making a grappling hook, which is also in Karlson. So I thought, why don't we make this a monkey grappling game? So I followed that tutorial, and when I say I follow, and yeah, after following that tutorial, now we have grappling hooks. Okay, so at this point, I think you guys probably wanna see what the game looks like.
Funny monkey, lovable, I love funny monkey. Funny monkey, funny monkey. Funny monkey Jeff, funny monkey Jeff.
Don't worry, I know it looks like a piece of shit. So there are a lot of things we need to change and fix. The monkey is shooting a rope through a box, which does not seem very realistic. So why not make the monkey shoot a rope through a gun? So I decided to model a sci-fi gun which would shoot the rope, and yeah, this is what it looks like. And after questioning my 3D modeling abilities, I downloaded a free placeholder from Quaternions. And now this is what the placeholder looks like in the game. I will probably remove the whole gun part because monkeys don't have guns. So there's no part of this, but I'm doing it anyway. Enough of that, I started making a low poly island for the game using Blender, of course, and it is only a placeholder. I just want to test the shit I want to do with the game. And I also textured it. Don't know if I should call it texturing because they're just colors on normals of the island. But before any proper texturing, we need some trees in the game. So I made these spruce trees and they look kinda nice for now. Got the island in Unity and then scattered all the trees around it. I also scattered a bunch of rocks, and these were not actually made by me. I had these from an old pack I downloaded from Quaternions. And after setting all of this up, I put some cool music to test all of the stuff I had made.
Let's go! Hold up.
Ignoring the inspiring game development music right there, this is very good progress. Obviously I haven't done any graphical stuff yet. Later I will be upgrading this whole project to URP, which is a better render pipeline than the standard one, and it allows a lot of good graphic stuff. But right now we need something more important, enemies. So I started modeling a dude which will be looking like an animal hunter because the player is a monkey. So I ended up making this guy. He looks kinda whack right now, but I will change him later on. Fast forward 2 days later and this guy was a pain to make. I had to rig this guy up with bones, which was unbelievably hard because I never rigged or even made a model of a dude before. Now let's make his walk and run animation so that we can make his AI next. And yeah, I had even more problems. For some reason this guy was trying to hug air or some shit, and whenever I fixed that issue he would again try and hug air. So I had to learn how to animate in Blender, import the animations in Unity, and now it works perfectly. Then I gave him a gun, and now it's time to make him look at the player. I couldn't fix this bug, so I moved on to the walking AI part. Luckily Unity has a built-in navigation system, so all I had to do is check if the player is in the dude's range, then tell the dude to reach the player, and when the player gets in his shooting range he will stop and shoot the player. By the way, I'm using the animation system in a terrible way and he acts strange sometimes. So Sigma grind set rule number 1. If you can't fix a problem, just leave it to your future self. Now that this guy works like he's supposed to, we can give him an actual gun instead of a placeholder. And for that, I need an actual gun. So I went to Brownells to get a shotgun. So I started modeling a gun with the shape of a shotgun. The gun is done, so I gave it to this guy, and yeah, let's see what he does with it. Okay, I guess. By the way, this took me 3 days to get working. I had to do a lot of other fixes and stuff, but I have limited time here, so I won't be explaining the entire process. Anyway, if these guys can shoot me, I should be able to take damage and die as well. So I started making a health bar, but what I didn't remember was how to do it. I looked up tutorials and it seemed very complicated, but I remembered that it wasn't so complicated before. But I still had to do it the complicated way because I couldn't find any tutorials using the old method. And I could only make the health text for now because making the health bar was even more complicated. So after all of this, I wanted to take a break from code and I started making some art for the game. I did some modeling and made this map. It's pretty bad but works for testing. I also needed multiple enemies for this big map, so I made a sniper guy, and right now he has no textures. I've just made him entirely black because everything here is gonna change anyway. I did a lot of testing and stuff, added even more enemies. Now we have everything we wanted, so now I can't make any excuses and I will have to make a system for holding and shooting guns. Wish me luck. Okay, so I have done something here. I'm very surprised by how good it works. The player can now hold the gun, throw it away, which is perfect. And now the only thing we need is being able to shoot bullets out of it. This took a lot of time, but it's finally done. We can now actually shoot these guys. But right now, if we shoot these guys a lot, they still don't die. So I need to fix that, and I also need to figure out what to do with these guys when they are dead. Alright, now we can actually kill these guys, and the only solution I had is to just explode them when they are dead. Does not make sense, but nothing in this game makes sense, so we are alright. Now this section of the game is quite polished now, and I wanted to make something that would bounce you off. But I found out that the player does not seem to be affected by bounce. And now I will have to make my own bounce system instead of using Unity's. I've spent more time on this than I'd like to admit, but we have done a lot of stuff here. I made some banana collectibles, an old type catapult to make for the bounce, and did a lot of other stuff too, you can see for yourself. And I think I forgot to mention that I also made sound effects. To me these sound awful and I will surely have to change these soon. Also, I'm working on something very cool. Guess what it is down in the comments and let's see if you got it right.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's an Uzi! Don't know about you guys, but I think this is pretty cool. It does less damage than a shotgun, I guess. I don't know what to call the other gun. Anyway, it does less damage, but shoots faster. So I think it's fine. I also want to make a shop. I think having a shop would be bad and it will not match the theme of the game. But if we have something similar to a shop which can serve as a shop would be very good. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for something like that, you can tell me down in the comments and I will try to add it if it's good enough. You can go at the front of the shop and it will show you all the stuff you can get. I think the currency should be those bananas, but I'm not sure. Anyway, you must have noticed these terrible graphics, and as I said, this project is being made in Unity's standard render pipeline, which is not very good at graphics. There are two other render pipelines by Unity, URP and HDRP. HDRP offers a lot of good graphic opportunities, but it might have performance issues, and URP has very good performance and very good graphics, while SRP, the render pipeline this project is being made in, only has good performance. So in the next video I will be upgrading this whole project to URP, and I will also add a lot of post-processing effects which will hopefully make the game look a lot better. And I bet you guys won't be able to tell that it is the same game as this one. And also, if you watched the video for this long, I will assume that you liked it. So please hit that like button so that more people get this in their recommended, and also subscribe to watch more videos like this. It helps out a lot and it's free. See ya.